Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jose from Florida Hood Blogs. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 best vacation spots in Florida. I've seen some of these lists on the internet. I think these people don't even live in Florida. People, these are not Disney type vacation spots. I'm talking about if you were my friend and you're coming down to Florida, where I would recommend that you actually go to. These 10 locations that I'm going to recommend to you are going to be amazing base locations for you to explore and for you to go out to other destinations that are going to be amazing. The only one that I have not personally been to is St. Augustine. I've been to St. Augustine, but I've been there to work. I haven't really been to the attractions there, but my brother loves to go there, so I know a lot about the place. So you're getting real on-the-ground information here, not some person who probably doesn't even live in Florida and just decided to make an online list. So this is not Disney type stuff. These are the real deal, like real Florida vacation spots. You guys ready for this? Guys, I want you to enjoy your vacation. I do not want you to be stuck in a traffic jam. That's why Orlando, Naples, Sarasota, Tampa are not on this list, so don't look for them. They're not on these lists. I want you to enjoy yourself. Number 10 is Marco Island. From Marco Island, you're going to be 30 minutes from the best things in downtown Naples. I'm actually closer in North Naples to downtown Naples than Marco Island. However, there's less traffic coming from Marco Island, so even though I'm closer to Naples, if you're in Marco Island, it's like a 30-minute drive to downtown Naples, where you can do Old Naples, the Naples Pier, and Tent City. Naples isn't on the list, but I want to put Marco Island on the list because from Marco Island, you can get really easy access, or somewhat easy access, to Naples. Not only are the beaches in Marco Island incredible, they're white sand beaches, but there's also a lot of stuff for nature lovers. Tiger Tail Beach is absolutely amazing. Marco Island is consistently rated among the top 5 safest cities in Florida. You're not going to have to worry about crime. There are many hotels and resorts that are absolutely amazing. The only reason Marco Island scores low on this list is because there's not too many good restaurants. One of the really good restaurants that I definitely recommend you try, it's like a must if you go to Marco Island, it is the Snook Inn. Their food is amazing. The location is awesome. It's right on the water. And Marco Island has a beautiful location. It is located right in the middle of the Everglades on the Gulf of Mexico. So if you want to go on an airboat ride, if you want to rent a boat, many times you can get a vacation rental and it's already going to be on a canal. They're going to have a pool in case you don't want to go out to the beaches. Today, for many people, the idea of owning a house in Florida isn't really coming through. They're doing these vacation rentals, and there's a lot of really good options in Marco Island as far as vacation rentals. You're going to have a great time. You can get onto the Everglades, you can rent a boat, you can hire a captain to take you fishing. Marco Island is an amazing location with easy access to the Everglades and Naples. Number 9 is Hollywood Beach. As far as a good base location to get started, it doesn't get better than Hollywood Beach. I don't really recommend you get directly on Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's just too expensive, there's too much going on, and you're going to spend a lot of time stuck in traffic. From Hollywood Beach, you can easily get right onto Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's really close to the airport. It's a really amazing, beautiful area. You're also close to Aventura Mall, so if you want to do some shopping, you can run into Aventura Mall. It's not too far from Fort Lauderdale. It's not too far from Miami. And if you ride along the coast, there's not a lot of traffic. You can get into Sunny Isles, some of the best beaches, some of the best resorts, some of the best, most amazing buildings and skylines of Florida are right there. So if you want to enjoy yourself and have a great time, Hollywood Beach is going to put you right in the middle of the action. You're going to have great proximity to the center of Hollywood itself and Hollywood Lakes, which is a beautiful historic community. So if you want to look at some old mansions, it's a great place to enjoy some real Florida architecture. All along the coast are bars, restaurants, and resorts. You should have a lot of stuff to do while you're here. And guys, all these lists, when you're doing Florida, you're better off getting right on the beach, on the sand. Forget about a hotel inland. Spend the extra $150 a night or $100 a night, whatever it is. Spend that extra money and stay directly on the beach. You're better off spending 3 days on the beach than 5 days in some hood rat hotel inland. Just trust me on this. I go all over Florida. I travel all over Florida. and I would rather stay 1 or 2 days directly on the beach than a whole week in some crappy hotel inland. It is so much worth it. Please take that little piece of advice. If you have to shop around for something, some of the resorts are going to be more expensive than others. I mean, you don't have to exactly stay at the Trump Hotel or whatever that they built there, and in that area. You don't have to stay at the Trump, okay? You don't have to stay at the Four Seasons. I stayed at a lot of these places, and you just shop around, and you want to be directly on the beach. Some of these resorts you can get really good prices, and they're really worth it. So not only for Hollywood Beach, but for just most of these towns that I'm going to recommend, try to stay directly on the beach. It is going to be so worth it, especially on the East Coast, to see the sun rise over the beach. It is amazing. And on the West Coast, you're going to get the sunset on the beach. It is so worth it. So just take that little piece of advice, and it's going to make your trip so much better. Lake Worth is number 8. I went to Lake Worth, and I stayed directly on the beach. We woke up in the morning, and it was the most amazing thing to wake up right on the beach. Lake Worth has a pier along Lake and Lucerne. You're going to have shopping centers, little restaurants. There's a lot of stuff to do in Lake Worth itself. A word of advice: enjoy Lake Worth. It has amazing things right on the beach. But a word of advice: do not go west of 95. Keep it on Lake and Lucerne and directly on the coast. You can ride. You're going to be 15 minutes from like West Palm Beach, and about 15 minutes from Palm Beach, and about 10 or 12 minutes from Mar-a-Lago, which of course is the best. The reason it's there is because it's amazing. Palm Beach is amazing when it comes to their beaches. That's why Donald Trump has his White House there. It's because that's the place you want to be. There's nothing better than that. Lake Worth itself is a very grimy town, but if you stay on Lake and Lucerne and you stay along the coast, you will be okay. Palm Beach is like right there. You're going to be, like I said, 10-15 minutes from Palm Beach itself. You're going to get to be there in a 10-minute drive without having to pay the Palm Beach price tag. A lot of people get scared away from Lake Worth because the town itself is really horrible. You get off on that exit and drive straight to the coast. Don't look to the sides, guys. When it comes to the most expensive homes in the United States, or at least in Florida, you're talking Palm Beach and Naples. So that's why these billionaires and millionaires have houses here, because this is about as amazing as it gets. Guys, Lake Worth is going to put you within real close proximity. Along Lake and Lucerne, there's a lot of little restaurants, and there really is. There's brewing companies. There's Latin restaurants. There's like I saw so many nice little. I think there's even an Australian restaurant. There's a lot of really neat restaurants right there. When it gets dark, I was out and about at about 2 or 3 in the morning, and it didn't seem dangerous to me. But I talked to somebody that worked at the gas stations there, and they told me it gets pretty hectic at night, so you're better off not being out at night. But it's really worth it. I would just, like I said, stick to the coast and drive up to Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, Palm Beach. You're going to have an amazing time. It's really worth it. Number 7 is Juno Beach, home to the Loggerhead Marine Life Center. If I'm not mistaken, you can actually play with sea turtles or see them in their cages, whatever. It's an amazing experience, especially for children. They also have a fishing pier, which even if you're not into fishing, it's a really good way to get on the water and just get a really good view of the coastline. It's a very clean, very friendly, very nice, decent place to vacation in Florida. It doesn't have a fast pace. It's a real chill beach town. The dining, you can run over to Jupiter, and the dining is amazing. There's a lot of really good Latin and American restaurants. You'll have no problem finding good dining in this vicinity. If shopping or going to major events is important for you, you're not too far from Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter. So there's a lot going on in this area. It's a beautiful area. There's a lot of beautiful communities, lots of shopping centers. It's a really clean, friendly, amazing place. You should really enjoy this vacation spot, especially if you're looking for a real chill, relaxed beach town. You don't want to be stuck in all that traffic. You don't want the craziness of Southeast Florida. This town is going to give you a lot of peace, tranquility, and you're still going to get all the amenities and all the things you're looking for. Resorts, all the stuff you want out of Florida are right here. It's an amazing spot. The beaches are beautiful. There's parks right along the beaches. Really chill, awesome spot. We had a great time there, even though our stay was really short. From here, you can head north towards Stewart Beach, which is amazing, or you can head south towards West Palm Beach and Palm Beach. You'll be able to get to some amazing locations. It's really, really a nice area. I strongly recommend it. I can't believe people who make these lists always forget to mention how nice this little area is. If you want to try some Latin food, even though you're a little bit far north, there's still some amazing Latin food. We ate at Copacabana Cuban Cuisine. When I walked in there, I saw that everybody was like touristy. I was like, oh, I was a little bit afraid that their food was going to be a little bit, not authentic. No, guys, it was some of the best Cuban food that I've ever had. So you're going to get raw, authentic food. There was also a brewing company there. It seemed really nice. Like the cars outside were like Maseratis and Ferraris and stuff. So there's definitely a lot of affluence in the area, and there's a lot of like golf clubs and there's a lot of country clubs. So it means there's a lot of really nice high-end restaurants in the area. And I think the beaches there are amazing. Jupiter Inlet is another awesome place. Jupiter Beach Park. There's so much to do in this area. There's no reason why it should not be on the list of top 10 best places to vacation in Florida. No, it's not a party beach town. This is a real relaxed and elegant setting. So if you're looking for beach towns, just keep going on the list. I'll have better recommendations for you. This is a real elegant, clean, safe, relaxed, just laid back place. It's not a fast paced place. So if you're looking for wild action party, we got other stuff coming for you. This is a real relaxed place. Number 6 is Venice, one of the best places for young people. It's not a party town, okay, but you can ride right along down the beach to Manasota Key. Venice is going to put you clear enough to Sarasota. You can get to Siesta Key, which is on the south side of Sarasota, so you can get to some of the best beaches in Sarasota without being stuck in the Sarasota traffic. So from Venice itself is an awesome destination. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to do in Venice. Amazing beaches. It almost feels like you're in California, but you can ride down to Manasota Key, like I said. Here's a photo from Google Earth out of Manasota Key. I was just recently there. It's a really party town. So if you go to Venice and you're a little bit afraid because it is kind of a more relaxed place, it's a chill little town. But if you want to have some fun, get out to Manasota Key, and there's some partying going on in that little island. So while you're able to get into Sarasota and other little areas, you're close to Englewood, which is a nice little, if you like little biker towns or little beach towns, you're not too far from Englewood. But don't get me wrong, like I said, there's a lot in Venice itself. When it comes to things to do, there's a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of really neat places to go to. It's a beautiful town. It's got a beautiful downtown district. There is a fishing pier as well, which is a must visit. And the beaches are beautiful and majestic. And at the inlets, people like to go surfing. So if you like surfing or you like to just watch people surf, sometimes the surfing gets really nice there. It's an amazing, majestic beach. Venice also has really, it's a clean, another one of these, like, everything's new, everything's nice, everything's clean. It's a really awesome location. It's a really chill spot, but don't get me wrong, if you're a young person, there's a lot of stuff going on for you as well. A little bit south of Venice is Boca Grande. It's an amazing area, so there's a lot of little beach towns and awesome little, just cool beachy stuff to do. It's an awesome beach town. Definitely deserves to be on the list. Number 5 is Bonita Springs. Located in the middle of Fort Myers and Naples, Bonita Springs is a really good base location for your Florida travel destinations. So many people come to the Naples and Fort Myers area in the wintertime that traffic is a real plague of the area. Bonita Springs is going to set you right in the middle. Bonita Springs has its own beaches, and you can find resorts on the beach. You're really going to be close to places you want to be near, like Del Nor Wiggins in Naples. Barefoot Beach is part of Naples, but it's actually easier to get there from Bonita Springs. Also, you can take a ride down to Fort Myers Beach. If you want some nightlife, you want a little party town, from Bonita Springs, you can easily get into Fort Myers Beach, which is an incredible beach town. The nightlife there is amazing, and it's a great place to walk and really get in some awesome party town feels. There's not too many resorts and hotels in Fort Myers Beach, but there is a lot of vacation rentals, and they're really expensive. So Bonita Springs is going to give you access to all that good stuff that you want without exactly having to pay that price tag. There are beaches right in Bonita Springs. There's Bonita Beach. There's Little Hickory Pass. There's Lover's Key State Park, a must-visit Florida destination. From Bonita Springs, you're easily able to get to Lover's Key. There's trails, there's canoeing, there's amazing beaches. There's also, if you're taking your pet with you, there's a dog beach there that is really popular. So Bonita Springs has a historic district. There's not too much nightlife going on in the historic district, but there's a lot of events. If you like concerts, there's a free concert. And in the wintertime, almost every weekend, there's going to be some type of event in Bonita Springs. So keep an eye out for those events and keep up with what's happening there, and you might find an event that's good for you, and it might even be free. Bonita Springs is a safe town. You're not going to have any crime concerns at all, and you're really close to North Naples. In North Naples, you have Mercado, which is a really awesome spot. There's a movie theater there that's just amazing. There's brewing companies, there's restaurants. All of that is in Mercado, which is North Naples. And from Bonita Springs, you can easily access these areas. So Bonita Springs may be an awesome place to head off your Florida destination trips, vacations, whatever you want to call it. Good place. Number 4 is Citrus County. This is a really affordable place to go. They don't have the beaches, so it's a little bit different of a destination. However, the area has a lot to offer. There are springs that are absolutely beautiful. The Rainbow River separates Marion County, which is Ocala, from Citrus County itself. The Rainbow River is one of the most beautiful places in Florida. You can ride one of those little things that floats, and they drop you off, and then you float down the river. It's absolutely amazing. Citrus County has a lot of stuff to do directly on the water. If you like fishing, the fishing for redfish and snapper is amazing up there. And depending what time of the year it is and what spot you hit, it's going to vary. There's a lot of different species you can target. But I know the redfish, when I was up there, was really popping off. And you can get these captains either at Homosassa Springs, Crystal River, and they'll put you onto the spot. So it's a great area to hire a captain. Because you don't have the beaches, it's not as crowded, and the attractions are a lot more affordable. There's a lot less people, so it's a more country type vacation. Hashtag country. It's really country up there, and there's small little country towns like Inverness. Stump Knockers is an amazing restaurant. There's also another restaurant that I absolutely love that is on the Rainbow River itself. It's called Swampy's Bar and Grill. In parking there, sometimes there's a little bit of a problem, but I like to come early, get something to eat, make sure that all the staff see me, and then once you've paid for your meal, you're parked right on the Rainbow River, so then you can go for a swim or you can hang out there for a long time, since parking at that spot is really tight. Right across the street, there's also a little park there that you can enjoy, and you can park there. Sometimes these attractions do get filled up because the Rainbow River is that nice. You can also head out to some really amazing locations. You can run a little bit down the road to Cedar Key. It's going to be about an hour drive. It's really worth the drive. Cedar Key, if you're into seafood, you want that beach town feel, look up Cedar Key. You're going to be about an hour's drive. It's a beautiful country ride. It's not a traffic ride. It's really worth that 1 hour of country roads to get up to Cedar Key. It's an amazing location, and from Citrus County, you're going to be able to access that. You're going to be able to get on Crystal River. You're going to be able to get on Weeki Wachee. You're going to be able to get on Homosassa. There's so much to do. Look it all up. You'll find it to be an amazing location. If you want to try something different, if you really want to switch it up and get out of the beach towns, discover Citrus County. It's got a lot of really good stuff going on. Another great destination to head to from Citrus County is Micanopy. It's between Gainesville and Ocala, right off of 75. You can drive north, go past Williston, take some of these beautiful country roads, and end up in the most charming, most beautiful Florida town that there is. The movie Cross Creek, the Earling, and also Dock Hollywood are all based around this place. It's a really nostalgic, beautiful place, especially if you like literature, if you like old Florida. The drive up from Citrus County is beautiful. To Micanopy, it's really worth it. I definitely recommend, especially if you're a Floridian and you just want to get to know parts of Florida that are real old Florida and they're deeper than just the artificial stuff, the beaches. This is really worth it, guys. Number 3 is St. Augustine, the first place settled by the Spaniards in the United States. St. Augustine has a fort, San Marcos. It's absolutely stunning. Other than Cuba and Puerto Rico, where else are you going to find a fort built by the Spaniards? This place is absolutely amazing. The amount of history and old towns and things that are just, you can just go in there and you can walk and you can really soak in so much that this town has to offer. It's beautiful. The waterways are beautiful. The town itself, the way every building has been meticulously preserved, it's an amazing, amazing place. It's fun even for kids and families. My brother tells me that it's more fun for his kids to go to St. Augustine than to go to Orlando. It's really an amazing place. There are touristy trap type of places and things to do. One of them is you can get on a pirate ship and they attack your ship or whatever. I know that's a real tourist trap type of thing to do, but hey, you are a tourist, so it's okay for you to get trapped once in a while. The Castillo de San Marcos, the fort built there by the Spanish in the 1600s, is not only the oldest fort in the United States, it also is the largest masonry stone artwork in the country. It's amazing. You just have to see this thing. I personally haven't seen it yet, but it is on the top of my, I'm personally dying to get out there. I keep looking at the videos, photos, and I'm really excited about St. Augustine. I've been to the town for work. The areas that I went to were really beautiful, but I really haven't got to the attractions yet. And it's on my personal to-do list. I'm really excited about it. The Spanish history and the old Florida. There's so much to soak in this town. You're going to enjoy it. Put it on your list, St. Augustine. Number 2 is Marathon. Okay, guys, I'm going to be the first to admit that Marathon itself is not really the most amazing thing on the planet. The reason it's high on the list is because the Florida Keys themselves are just amazing, and Marathon is a good destination to start from. I don't like Key West because Key West, to me, is a giant tourist trap. You're stuck in traffic. There's only one way to get there unless you're flying in, which is by a drive. It's a really long drive. It's a beautiful drive. A drive you should only do once in your lifetime, no more than that. Next time I go to the Keys, the first time you go to the Keys, you're going to have to check out Key West. There's no way around it. You're going to have to check out Key West. But should you spend all your time there? Probably not, unless you're really big on parties and crowds and people all the way around you. I personally don't like Key West. It's not my type of place. But the drive there is amazing. Pigeon Key is a really nice little island. From Key West, you can head over into Fort Jefferson, which if you've never heard of Fort Jefferson, Key West really isn't the last island of the Florida Keys. It's the last island you can actually drive onto. A little bit further down the road is, yes, Fort Jefferson. Another amazing fort in Florida that you absolutely have to see. It's about a 70-mile drive, I believe, from Key West, so you really have to want to see this thing to get on a boat and go that far. As far as cool Florida things that you can do, it doesn't get more cool than that. I mean, if you've been one of the few people that have made that journey out there, that's a really special thing. If you like fishing, if you like taking in amazing scenery, then Marathon is definitely a place you want to consider. Key West is probably a thing you do once in your life. If you've never done it, it's worth doing it. After you've done it and you know you got to drive for 4 hours and then be stuck in a traffic jam on Key West for 2 hours, then it's like I could probably use my time better. Also, I didn't like about Key West is you have to pay to park, you have to pay to breathe, you have to pay to take photos pretty much. Everything you do, you have to pay for it. And it just gets to be overwhelming for me. I'm a more relaxed type of vacation. But Marathon's going to put you right in the middle of the action. You're going to see sea turtles. You're going to see sharks. You're going to see some amazing stuff out there. Definitely get on the water and definitely Make sure you enjoy all of the Keys. It's an amazing area, a lot of driving, so you got to be a little bit patient to enjoy the Florida Keys. Number 1 is Coral Gables. Miami is an amazing destination, and Coral Gables is going to put you right where you want to be as far as being able to enjoy all that. South Miami has some amazing shopping from Coral Gable. You can get into South Miami really easily. Little Havana, I definitely recommend if you do Miami that you get into Little Havana, which is the Cuban and Latin district. And from Coral Gables, you have amazing access to all of that. There's a lot of really cool stuff to do in Coral Gables itself. The Venetian pool, there's some beautiful arches, there's so much to do. The downtown district is amazing. It's got about 140 restaurants, a lot of good Latin, European, all types of really amazing restaurants. There's also some really big shopping names, so if you like shopping, there's a lot to do in downtown Coral Gables. It has a legit downtown. Basically, Coral Gables is kind of like Southwest Miami. It's a really safe area. I go there at night. It's one of the best places to really enjoy Miami. And you get into the beaches, you get into downtown Miami Beach. There's more of a crime concern on the southwest side of Miami where Coral Gables is. You don't really have any areas you need to be concerned with crime. Probably the roughest area is the Cuban district and the Latin district, which is Little Havana, which is a must-see destination. Whether in the daytime or in the nighttime, just like in South Beach, Miami Beach, you're going to deal with the crowds of people. You get a little bit of everything, but don't let that scare you. Some of the greatest people that I've met in Florida have been right there in Little Havana. Great food, great atmosphere. It's really safe to be there at night. I wouldn't stay out too late, but I would definitely recommend enjoying Little Havana. And from Coral Gables, it's an amazing destination. Don't forget that you can also head into Pinecrest, into some beautiful gardens in that vicinity. So whether you're enjoying amazing Latin neighborhoods or some beautiful drives through some botanical gardens, the Fairshot Gardens, all that area along Old Cutler in South Miami, this area is beautiful. It's amazing. Miami is definitely the best place in Florida. Don't let what people tell you scare you. Yes, the northwest side of Miami has some crime issues. Stick to Southwest Miami. Stick to Coral Gables, and you're going to be fine. There's going to be no crime concerns. You're going to have an awesome time. You'll enjoy your Florida vacation, and you'll get to experience the real Florida. Enjoy Miami. It's definitely the best area, and Coral Gables is probably one of the best areas you can station yourself to really enjoy your Florida vacation in the Florida sun. And that's it, guys. That's the end of our video of the top 10 best Florida vacations. Hey, have you ever had a really good Florida vacation? Make sure you comment in the video and let us know what area you've really enjoyed, or if you've been to an area for vacationing and you really didn't like it for a particular reason. Comment on the videos. Let me know your thoughts. This is the best that I could come up with. Like, if you were my friend coming down here, this is what I would tell you. So this is what I think, but let me hear your thoughts about Florida. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe.